This is Pastor Rodney Howard Browne. I call him Satan face because he has a Satan face. His face looks like the devil. He always has these little devil horns on his head. Look at the devil horns. Look at how ungodly. His eyes look like snake eyes. He's got burning hellfire behind him. Here he's gloating up behind the pulpit. Probably people in the church are exalting him. Notice how he wears this religious regalia type of moo garment. Again, the Satan horns. But it gets worse than that. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Right here, he's behind his pulpit and he's looking down. And it makes his eyes look like he's dead. And John, the Apostle John, had to deal with somebody like Pastor Rodney. Look what he says in 3 John chapter, verse 9. I wrote to the church, but Diotrephes, who loves to be first, will have nothing to do with us. So if I come, I will call attention to what he is doing, gossiping maliciously about us. Not satisfied with that, he refuses to welcome the brothers. He also stops those who want to do so and puts them out of the church. So Pastor Rodney, everybody knows Pastor Rodney loves to be first. If there's a banquet in the church, Pastor Rodney will be done eating. He's the first one to go through the banquet line, and he'll be done eating while 80% of the people haven't even gotten the food yet. And then he'll get up and expect his armor bearers and servers to wait his table and clean up after him. He doesn't do any work. He's lazy. Okay, and the reason he's lazy is because he only does what he wants to do. He doesn't do his own laundry. He won't even carry his own Bible in the church. He has armor bearers and ushers running around him constantly. He puts himself first, and most importantly, he puts himself first before the Lord. That's why when God told him to raise up 100 evangelists, he denied the sovereign Lord, disobeyed God, and refused to raise up anyone except for then he went out and raised himself up. The Lord gave him title of pastor. That wasn't good enough. He doesn't like the title God gave him. He gave himself the title world-renowned evangelist and doctor, and insists that his armor bearers and anybody who introduces him before he comes up to preach as Dr. Rodney, which is ridiculous because his education, the actual level of education that he has, is no more than a 2-year associate's degree, maybe not too much more than just a basic high school diploma. And anybody who has an actual doctoral or master degree or even a bachelor's degree from a state-run university can tell that his doctoral degree has to be from some little online, backroom ministry, Life Christian University fake degree. It's not a real degree, and you can tell by the level of his working vocabulary when he gets up to preach. He doesn't have the kind of vocabulary and he doesn't speak with the kind of conversation that you would expect from an actual professor who's got an actual doctoral degree. And if you doubt it, go listen to Pastor Rodney's teaching and then go sit in a college lecture, in a real lecture hall at USF or Oregon State or Texas A&M. But he always wants to be first. Proof that he likes to be first is during his church service. There's about 45 minutes to an hour of praise and worship, and then it's a 4-hour service. And what's he do for the remaining 3 hours or 2.5 hours? He wants everybody's attention on him while he walks around talking about all the stuff that he does and has, and everything he's done and all the things he hasn't done. John also talks about that in 1 John, where it talks about do not love the world or anything of the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For everything in the world, the cravings of sinful man, the lust of his eyes, and the boasting of what he has and does, comes not from the Father, but from the world. Pastor Rodney loves to boast about the things he has and does. You will find out within a few minutes of going to his church that Pastor Rodney is world-renowned evangelist. He's gone to over 100 countries of the world, and he'll talk endlessly about what he's going to go do. And then you'll find out the things that he has. He's got I have this, and I have this expensive house, and I have that, and God told me to buy a $20 million or 20,000 square foot mansion, and I have this and I have that, and he's of the world and the love of the Father. He has more love for artificial intelligence. He has a better relation. In recent days, when I've watched his teaching, I've heard him talk more about getting into an argument with AI and artificial intelligence and having conversations with AI. He has a better relationship with AI than he has with Jesus. And that's evident in his conversation and his preaching. And by the appearance of his face. I mean, if a picture tells 1,000 words, what's this tell you? This guy gets up and preaches on holiness, while his face looks like the face of Satan. How are you going to preach on holiness and you look like that? So his face is what God wants you to see. This is where the real truth is. This is the real truth about Pastor Rodney. Anyway, we see that John dealt with someone similar to Pastor Rodney, whose name was Diotrephes.